In what appeared to be a new beginning for the elusive unity among the Luhya community ahead of the next year's general election, presidential aspirant on a new Ford Kenya party ticket, Justice Minister Eugene Wamalwa and Lugari MP Cyrus Jirongo, who is also eyeing the presidency on a Federal Party of Kenya (FPK) ticket, held a joint rally where they announced plans to form a Western alliance. Wamalwa and Jirongo claimed that the Luhya community has been divided and manipulated by other communities to ascend to power. They pledged not to allow outside forces to split them this time round. Wamalwa said the community's quest for the presidency is on the right footing and promised that they will be announcing the name of the candidate they will be backing in the presidential contest within 2 weeks.
Tumetuona na Jirongo hapa, tutafuta wale wengine wawili. Sisi tukitoka hapa tunasema hii ndio the Matunda Declaration na tunaenda kuanza kuzungumza. Na hatutakubali to be treated as junior partners in any coalition arrangement in this country.
We are not coming together because we are Luyas. We are coming together because we believe this country is large enough for all of us to live in it.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Raila Odinga took his presidential campaigns to Voi, Taita Taveta County. And with ODM having suffered several setbacks after some of its members defected to other parties, Odinga, who is also eyeing the presidency on an ODM party ticket, cautioned its members against persistent wrangling within the party. Odinga claimed that other parties were waiting to lure ODM members to their fold by offering direct nominations to aspirants seeking various elective positions with the intent of weakening the party. Odinga announced that the party will unveil its manifesto during a delegates conference to be held in Nairobi on 7th and 8th of December.
Hata Raila Odinga hawezi kuteua mtu hapa. Mimi siwezi, sina uwezo na vile vile sitaki. Kwa hivyo kila mwanachungwa hapa iko sawa. Hakuna mwingine ambaye ako na nguvu zaidi kushinda mwingine.
And back in Western Kenya, UDF's presidential aspirant Musalia Mudavadi was in his Sabatia backyard, Vihiga County, attending the burial of a famous playwright, the late Professor Francis Imbuga, where he encouraged residents to come out and register as voters in the coming polls. Mudavadi lamented that since the exercise began 5 days ago, most of the registration centers have been recording a low turnout, saying that the IEBC might not meet its target of registering 18 million voters in the next 25 days. Mudavadi later headed to Kakamega Diocese of the Catholic Church, where the faithful had gathered to witness the retirement of Bishop Philip Sulmeti from the priesthood. The Sabatia MP challenged the church to sensitize the public on the importance of registering as a voter.
Ikiwa mnataka kusema kwamba mnataka bwana Mudavadi awe president, lakini mmesajili watu 11, watu 30 kwa kituo, then hatuongei chochote. Kwa hivyo ni lazima tujitokeze, tuende tujiandikishe ili tuwe na idadi ya kutosha.
Meanwhile, presidential aspirant on a NAK Kenya party ticket, Yeshogo MP Martha Karua, began her tour of the coastal region by addressing a public rally at Marafa grounds in Kilifi County. With the registration of voters at the coast region witnessing a low voter turnout due to the threats by the Mombasa Republican Council, Karua urged residents to register as voters to enable them choose the leadership that will address the historical injustices that they have been facing for years and neglect by past regimes.
Ukiangalia wagombeaji wengine, utakuta ile ardhi ya jamii yao ikijumulishwa yote ni kama nusu ya Kenya. Sasa ukipelekea mtu kama huyo kura zako, ataweza kutatua matatizo ya ardhi.
Meanwhile, the Kenya National Congress Party presidential aspirant Gatanga MP Peter Kenneth held a meeting with youthful supporters and volunteers in his presidential campaigns as he seeks to popularize his presidential bid at the grassroots level, while reiterating that this election was not about horses but rather about transformational leadership that will move the country forward. Kenneth asked the youth to shun tribalism, saying it is one of the greatest ills afflicting the country.
If you look at what they are saying, if you watch them, they are replicating what was going on in the 60s. There is nothing new. There is nothing new. The forest is the same, different set of monkeys. And therefore, that is the characteristics that we need to change.
In Nairobi's Kawangware area, Poa Party presidential aspirant Raphael Tuju has accused the government of failing to improve the country's medical facilities, while at the same time wasting millions of shillings on less beneficial projects. Speaking after visiting the Al-Gadir Medical Clinic, Tuju condemned the rising insecurity in the country, attributing it to high poverty and unemployment. Tuju said if elected the country's fourth president, he will ensure his government gives priority to health issues.
Kile ambacho ningependa kueleza Wakenya kwa jumla, tujue chanzo cha kile ambacho inafanya tupigane. Na msingi wake ni ile kukosa ajira kwa vijana wetu. Hiyo ndio imetuletea tabu hapa Kenya.
The Restore and Build Kenya Party presidential aspirant Professor James Ole Kiapi has called on leaders to have a vision for their people and focus on programs that will change their lives. Speaking at Mount Crest Hotel in Kimilili, Bungoma County, where he met councillors from Mount Elgon, Kiapi urged the leaders to support his bid for the presidency and promised to improve the lives of all Kenyans, regardless of their ethnic or racial background.
Everybody is complaining about poverty. Youth unemployment is a problem. I don't understand why President Kibaki and Prime Minister Raila Odinga have not by now declared youth unemployment a national disaster.
Yapi urged the leaders to be patriotic and foster peace among different communities. Chris Thairu, Citizen Weekend.